Number 2 and 3 on your study guide say to study the properties of dilations. They're at the bottom of your notes for Unit 1, Worksheet 19. So here is the notes from Unit 1, Worksheet 19. There are 5 properties of dilation, so let's go over each one so you can answer the questions on the test. The first property is that dilations preserve angle measures. That means the angles of your image are going to be congruent to the angles of your pre-image. So if we look at the construction that you did on number 1, angle J and angle J prime are going to be congruent to each other. Angle S and angle S prime are going to be congruent to each other, and angle H and angle H prime are going to be congruent to each other. So dilation preserves angle measures, which means the angles do not change. The second one is that dilations preserve betweenness. So what that means is that if you're, in this case, on this construction, the pre-image lies between the center of dilation and the image. So that means that all the points, the vertices of your pre-image, have to lie in between your center of dilation and your image. And they do. H is between your center of dilation and your image, and S is between your center of dilation and your image. So dilations preserve betweenness. The third one is that dilations preserve collinearity. Collinearity means that the center of dilation, the points of your pre-image and your image all lie on the same line. So R, J, and J prime are all on this line, so they are all collinear. The same with R, H, and H prime. They all lie on the same line. R, S, and S prime all lie on the same line. So your center of dilation, your pre-image, and your image points all are going to be collinear. The fourth one has 2 parts. The first part says a dilation maps a line not passing through the center of dilation to a parallel line. So if we look at this, go back to this construction, look at this figure, each segment, when we dilate it, maps to another segment that is going to be parallel to it, because these segments do not go through point R. So JS maps to J prime, S prime. Those 2 segments are parallel to each other. The same with SH. SH maps to S prime, H prime. They are parallel to each other because neither one of these segments go through point R. And the same with JH. Does not go through point R, so it's going to map a line parallel to it. The second part of it says, and it leaves a line passing through the center of dilation unchanged. So if your center of dilation, the sides of your figure go through the center of dilation, then those lines do not change. So A, C lie on the same line as A prime, C prime. They're all on the same line. This line does not change. Same with AB. This side goes through the center of dilation, which is A. Therefore, A prime, B prime lie on that same line. But you'll notice that BC does not go through point A, which is your center of dilation. So it's going to map to a line parallel to it. And you can see that both of those of that property in this construction here. The last one says that a dilation of a line segment is longer or shorter in the ratio given by the scale factor. So if your scale factor is larger than 1, then your segments are going to be longer. If your scale factor is less than 1, then your segments are going to be shorter. So if you look at your construction again, we had a scale factor of 2, which means that our image J prime, S prime is going to be double the length of JS, and the same with all 3 of those sides of that triangle. So it has a scale factor of 2, so this segment's going to be longer. Not larger, longer. So these are the 5 properties that you need to know for your test tomorrow.